We the people are fond of the expressions, children are our future, or children are our most precious gifts. However, the track record of Ohio's public schools doesn't necessarily support this ideal. Performance of Ohio's public education system is declining. Cost is rising much more rapidly than the cost of living, and the use of Ohio's children, as well as the nation's, as political pawns has never been greater. You probably know this intrinsically and might even feel it viscerally in your gut, but we want to share some information with you to help validate, or perhaps invalidate, what you think and how you feel about Ohio's public schools. Both major political parties, the legacy corporate media, and many school administrators lie to us about what's going on in our schools. We hope the facts in this episode will give you some ammunition to fight back with facts if any of these people lie to you. Ohio schools are funded by a number of sources: the federal government, the state government, and local taxes. The way Ohio schools have been funded was ruled unconstitutional in 1997, yet nothing has been done to fix this. We'll leave the details of that discussion for a future video. As you can see, in 2022, federal funding was about 15% of Ohio's total public education funding, with the state contributing 36% and local taxes 44%. Let's stop here. Ohioans and Ohio companies paid about $163 billion in federal taxes and about $38.75 billion in state taxes in 2022. Those revenues you see on the pie chart from the state and federal governments to fund your schools is your money sent to Columbus and Washington to be sent back to your school district. That doesn't reek of efficiency, does it? It does reek of other things like strings attached, unfunded mandates, and politicization of Ohio's public schools. Maybe even some money laundering and skimming. Progressive and liberal activists, as well as politicians and bureaucrats, like to say that public schools need more funding. They also say that schools in upscale communities spend more to achieve their top-ranked status. What they don't tell you is funding doesn't correlate with performance, and the need for more funding is driven by bloated, unnecessary administrative staff. This is an eye-popping chart. From 2000 to 2019, while the student and teacher population in public schools increased less than 9% each, administrative staff exploded by almost 88%. The money is going for high-paid administrators in roles like directors of diversity, public information officers, diversity coordinators, executive directors of, I don't know, you fill in the blanks, and so many more. Just go to the staff directory on your school district's website and see for yourself. This bloat has caused a massive increase in school cost, and Ohio's largest school districts, often the worst performing, spend the most per student. In 2022, the average per-child cost of public school in Ohio was $14,318 per year, according to the Ohio Auditor of State's Longitudinal School Finance Study. Some of the worst-performing districts were Youngstown, that spent $27,187. That's almost double the state average. Cleveland, that spent $21,661. Columbus, that spent $20,324. Dayton, that spent $20,042. And Cincinnati, that spent $18,181. While some of the best performing were Indian Hill, that spent $18,826. Bexley, that spent $17,946. Solon, that spent $17,356. And Madeira, that spent $13,516. If you go to the study's website, you can search and display your own district. And please note, The inflation-adjusted increase is shown at the bottom right of each school's screen. Don't let anyone tell you we're not spending more money for public education now than we ever have, using a bogus inflation excuse. The saddest aspect of this might be the decline in Ohio public school performance. Here's a graph of Ohio's high school ACT college entrance test scores over time. It's pathetic, as is every other standardized testing result over time for Ohio's public schools. You can also check out any of Ohio's schools or districts at the website for Ohio School Report Cards. These are required by law to provide parents, caregivers, community members, educators, and policymakers information about district and school performance. Another topic public school Pollyannas shy away from is chronic absenteeism rates in Ohio's public schools, which is defined as missing at least 10% of instructional time for any reason. As you can see, over 25% of students in Ohio's public schools are chronically absent. This is both heartbreaking, frustrating, and maddening. We hope we've given you some good information here, maybe opened your eyes, maybe even changed your mind about the state of Ohio's public schools. We can do better. We must do better. Is it school choice? Expanded voucher programs? More charter schools? Homeschooling? A combination? Whatever it is, getting to a solution is critical. The future of our children, our state, and our country depends on it. This video is brought to you by the Grassroots Freedom Initiative, or GFI for short. If you're not already on our email and text lists, please be sure to join our network of thousands of Ohioans. It's easy, free, and we won't ask you for money. Visit gfiohio.com and click the Join Us button in the upper right corner of any page, or text the letters GFI to 66866 and follow the prompts. And please be sure to find and follow us on YouTube and Rumble. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give us a like to be made aware when we post new content. Thanks for watching. Please remember to stay informed and get engaged.